like father figure-ish, so it's either dad, uncle, grandpa.
I think it's his dad.
Okay, because he stands with his hand on his shoulder for protection, so, and then he's talking about something to do with his leg, so did he recently hurt his leg, or was there a knee or something issue? Your husband?
Yes.
Because grandpa's like, when they put their hand on their shoulder for protection,
Mm-hmm.
he then shows me like the legs, so he's telling me that he's watching over him because of the knee problems that he's having. So he keeps showing me my symbol for thanks, but he says thankful. And then he makes me feel, I don't know if there was a period not that long ago where maybe you and your husband weren't getting along so well, or there was a stress period there, but he's talking about how thankful he is that you guys have worked through that or are working through that. Did you actually seek some kind of help? He's talking about getting help for something.
Yes.
He's very thankful to you for that. So did you set this up, or?
Yeah.
So he's acknowledging all the kids? I feel like it's the girl that really doesn't like some of the boys, or that is like having a tough time with one of the boys. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But he's making me feel like, don't be afraid to discipline that boy. So I'm not sure what that means, but he's like, don't be afraid to discipline him. Like, he can't get away with that. He just doesn't like to deal with it all the time, hey?
No.
He's getting tired of it. It's like, oh, this again? Who's got the birthdays that are either like month back to back or that are extremely close to each other? So the lady, is this grandma? It's your
I'm Mark.
I think it's
She must be having an awful hard time keeping her mouth shut.
She's tried to interrupt a few times and he keeps pushing her back, and so now he goes, okay. But she's like playing with your hair. She's like, you changed it. Oh my God, it looks so good.
Yeah.
But she's showing me like long and then short and then grows it out and then short and long. And so do you change the length of it often, or?
Well, my hair used to be like longer than your hair. It goes down to here, but I lost a bunch of weight and I lost all my hair. So I had to start from, and it's just starting to grow now.
That's why she shows it long and then really short and
Yeah.
then longer. Okay. So she wants to acknowledge that, because she's making me feel like it was a big deal to cut this hair.
It was for me.
It was a huge deal.
Yeah.
She's like pulling cookies and pies or something out of the oven, and she's like telling you to stop worrying about it and just eat it. So I don't know if you're really watching your weight or something recently, but she's like, bah, have a cookie. Like, this solves everything. So she used to try to feed you cookies when you were upset?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta slow down, Grandma. Slow down. Okay, so really quickly, it's hard when they show me multiple images like that so fast. I'm not sure how to interpret it, but she showed me a rose, which is usually my symbol for anniversary. Then I see like a lake or a cabin, or I don't know what this is.
Our anniversary is in the winter and we're going to a cabin.
Oh.
In the, like everything you're saying is just
Oh,
blowing
okay.
me away. Completely blowing me away.
So did you get married, or you were together with somebody really, really young?
Yes.
She's going like this, which is my symbol for clear mind now. So did she start to have dementia or Alzheimer's or something before she passed away?
She had cancer, so she was on a lot of medications.
Oh, okay. Because she's saying that her mind is clear again. Grandma likes hair. She's talking about your daughter's hair. And she's like making me feel like it's really funky. I don't know if there's like big bushy curls or...
She did her hair, we went for family photos, so she did her hair all in great big curls today. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what Grandma's showing me. So she is starting to pull her energy back. Before she does, she puts a blanket around, I believe this is your mom's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Now when they put a blanket over somebody's shoulders, it's usually for two reasons. Either A, that person has some issues, or B, they are a distance away from you or you don't get to see them very often. Because what the white blanket represents is that they are watching over this person on the other side. So she specifically makes me feel like it's possibly your mom. So I don't know if mom has some health issues or you just don't get to see her very often.
Both. My mom lives in Ontario and she's...
And she just went... Has your mom had some trouble breathing?
She's sick with a cold right now, but it's she's being diagnosed, or she's being tested for cirrhosis of the liver.
Okay. Grandma's talking about something about transportation. It's like there's an appointment coming up or something that, you know, like you get one of those tests that you can't drive home from. Somebody has to drive you home.
Yes, she's going for a biopsy, so she'll be, my brother is taking her.
She just told you to call your brother once in a while, that you two don't talk enough anymore. But, oh, you guys didn't get along when you were kids, hey?
No.
Because she's like, these two used to rip each other apart when they were younger.
Yeah, we did. Even at recess at school.
Yeah.
There'd be blonde patches of hair everywhere, and you're like, oh, they're at it again.
And like, it's like I can still feel the old grudges there. It's like they haven't been dealt with. We just don't talk about them.
Exactly.
She doesn't care. Just get together. She's pulling her energy back, so please know that she is very much watching over you and your family.
Thank you.
So is your husband's father. Trying to pull my energy back, and he wants to mention one more thing. Something about it. Did your husband just get a new truck or a new work vehicle, or what the heck is this?
Yeah, he's getting one, yeah.
Okay, so Dad wants to acknowledge that. He's like, if I didn't say something about that, then he might not have believed it. So he needs you to tell him that. So it's almost like he said, Dad, if you're really there, talk about the truck. So before he could let me pull my energy back completely, or pull his energy back, he had to mention that.
Okay, thank you.
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Feeling like there's a lot of driving. Do you have to drive a lot? Like,
All day, every day.
this is what they're talking. See, I'm with you. Let's just get this straight. You have a grandmother who's passed away, who's definitely calling you her little singer. Is this uncle who's passed away, or is
My
this?
grandfather passed away when I was a teenager, but probably maybe 15.
He's talking about having to get you here. That this was a feat.
I had lots on the go today, yeah.
You don't have to be a jerk. I feel like he's being sarcastic.
Oh,
You know when you tell somebody they're talking too fast and then they go, okay, Dad." That's kind of the response I get. So that matches his personality.
Yeah. very much
Okay.
So. Yeah.
It's like, talk about the earrings or the ear piercing.
I only have one now. He can relax.
You didn't like the ears or the ear
I don't know, I
piercing?
had lots.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why.
When he passed away, I had like maybe 15 of them or something between the 2 years. Yeah, he probably wasn't a fan.
That's why he's like, you look beautiful. He's like, did you see her ears? And I'm like, no, I wasn't really looking. And he's like, she looks so beautiful. Talk about the ears, the earrings now. And I'm like, okay. I don't know what that was. I don't know if you have a child or if you gained a lot of weight, but he showed me a belly getting a lot bigger and then going back down.
I had a baby when I was a teenager. He was newborn when he passed away.
Why does he keep saying, like me, like me? I'm feeling like the sarcasm, kind of. Like, he's like, he gets it from me. It's making me feel like it runs in the family, and he's quite proud of the fact that his grandson is just like him.
Well, la-di-da. Yeah, that figures, yeah. Yeah, he is really sarcastic with him, actually.
This is interesting. I've never seen them do that before. He took the white blanket, he puts it around a bunch of people that are on the other side, or that are in your support circle. That, remember I said your support are over here? He puts the white blanket around all of them. And he says they're going to be okay. Like, don't worry about them. So your family is going through a situation right now?
Yeah.
There's some stress going on?
Yeah, a couple of situations, yeah.
So he wants you to know that he's watching over them on the other side and that they're going to be okay. He's like, don't you dare drop everything and run back home. Don't you dare do that. So if that's what you were thinking about?
I think it's backwards. My mom just about hopped on a flight the other day, like 2 days ago. She was gonna come out here for a situation I was dealing with. They've got some stuff going on, but they've got lots of stuff going on. She was gonna just jump on a plane that day and then decided not to yesterday. I think it was. She said she's gonna wait a couple weeks. She forgot about a couple things she had to take care of before she comes.
So he's claiming some responsibility for that in the way that that happened because he's saying it's not the right time. Then he also says you gotta stop being so hard on yourself. Just because somebody else said that you suck doesn't mean that you do. So did you just like go through like a breakup or something that like somebody's trashing you behind your back?
My kid's been putting me through some stuff that's
Because I can feel this negative energy coming towards you.
I was just talking to my brother about it yesterday. I was saying that he sometimes makes me feel like a bad mom.
Grandpa kind of giggles and he's like, at least you don't have 10 kids.
Almost.
What?
Not almost, but I've got 7 altogether. Yeah.
And that's why he says, well, at least you don't have 10. So
Yeah.
he's sarcastically saying, you know what? Yeah, it's a lot to handle, but be grateful because you could have more. He just put a for sale sign on the lawn, which is my symbol for somebody that's either moved or is thinking of moving.
My parents also just sold their house. They didn't tell me. They just sold their house a few weeks ago and didn't say anything. But
Yeah, and it's because that's why it feels so quick. Like he showed me the sign, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing this van. I'm like, okay. Was somebody in a car accident? I'm seeing the rolling of a vehicle. I think I'm over here. I think. Now I'm seeing a big truck.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the music playing. But why do I keep seeing it roll?
Because it did.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what you did medically, but something medically, he's so proud. So there's a diabetic issue,
Yeah.
and you started taking medication, but you never used to take the medication?
No, I've always taken it, sometimes more regular than other times.
There you go. This is where he's proud of you. And was there just some kind of celebration that just went on in the family for a male's birthday, or did you just go to somebody's birthday party or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what, because he's saying how beautiful you looked that night. He's showing me a picture of him. Do you still have pictures of him?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
bring new ones out?
I
have
can't
you
find
changed-
it.
So is there a spot in your house where you have a bunch of boxes that you haven't unpacked or looked at for a long time?
Yeah.
Because he's saying it's in there.
Okay.
It's in one of those spots. Okay, that I recognize. That would be Leo. So I don't like it when they bring up weight, but he's talking about losing some weight recently, or trying to lose weight recently, and he, like, are you literally going to a gym, or you just signed up at a gym, or you started running, or something like that? Because he's like making me feel like he goes with you. Is your mom passed away?
No.
Because I'm feeling like mom, grandma, but she feels more like a mom. So did she like raise you, or did you?
My mom's mother raised her, my grandma.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is why I'm feeling like mom, grandma, but mom. Okay. So she's here, and Leo has taken a back seat. She just walks right up to you, puts her arms around you, and just gives you she's not even saying anything. She's just hugging you and holding you and telling you that she's never left you and that it's gonna be okay. Did you just redo your kitchen, or what's with the kitchen? Because she's walking around your kitchen saying how gorgeous it is.
My husband just redid my mom's kitchen.
She's loving the kitchen, and she's saying thank you. You've been told to quit smoking?
I did for 7 days, then today just the anxiety coming here actually lit up cigarette.
Oh no,
Yeah.
because she snapped a cigarette in half and she's like, blah!
Yeah.
You can do it, you can do it! That's all I keep hearing. She wants to talk about the ring. I feel like there's a ring that's been changed or added to. It's almost like if you have 2 or 3 rings that you like weld together. So what are these 3 rings? Do you have like an engagement ring and a wedding ring, and you keep like misplacing them, or like?
My mom's trying to find her wedding ring set to give to me. So that's probably because there's 3.
And your grandma's saying weld those suckers together so nobody can lose them again.
That's what I keep saying.
This is why grandma's saying to you that she acknowledges that she knows about this and she wants to validate that you're right.
Okay.
She's talking about your graduation. you wore a really short dress? Or what's with the dress? Because I almost feel like there's almost an inappropriateness about it. Not that it's inappropriate, but it's borderline inappropriate.
It was long, but my cleavage was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's like making me feel like there's a borderline inappropriateness about it, but that you looked beautiful. And then she must have been a lot flatter, right? Because she's like, if I had those, I'd be showing them off too.
Yeah.
She's talking about the shift. She's like, it's never going to go back to that. So within the last year or so, there's been a shift in your life. You know what she's talking about?
I know exactly what she's talking about.
You have some big party you're going to around Halloween?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing like costumes and stuff and an introduction.
Those plans were just made today.
She's like, just don't drink too much because you know how you get when you drink too much.
Oh my goodness. Told you.
So she's gonna pull her energy back a bit. I don't know if this is dad or grandpa. He doesn't have a lot to say. He just wants you to know that he's here as well. Would you fix the clock already though? What's wrong with the clock? Is there something with the clock in the house?
That would be my grandpa because I inherited his clock and I'm scared to go get it fixed because it was made in 1949 and I'm scared they're gonna screw it up if I take it in.
He's making me feel like it'll be fine. Just get it fixed. He will help lead you to the right person. So if you just say, hey grandpa, show me which person to take this to, he will help you.
Okay.
And he's like, fix the clock already. He's very proud of this clock, isn't he?
Yes. He bought it for his mom.
He's like oiling it. Is it wood? Okay, so they're pulling their energy back. Do you know somebody that passed away from either suicide or their own actions led to their death?
Her dad.
So when somebody, this was actual suicide, wasn't it? Because when somebody passes from their own hand, they step forward with what I call white lighters. And when somebody has passed away from their own hand, it's a little bit harder for me to connect with them in the beginning because they're surrounded by white lighters. Right away, he steps forward with rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol for when spirit sees things differently on that side than they did when they were here. And he actually gets down on one knee and he's like, I was wrong and I am so sorry. And he just keeps like begging for forgiveness. He just threw a medicine bottle against the wall. So did he pass from drugs?
He was an alcoholic.
Same thing, drugs and alcohol. Same category. And he's talking about the mind though, that he's making me feel like the last part of his life, his mind was not clear. He was doing things that he really was disgusted in himself for. And he's making me feel like that's the reason why he decided to take his own life. So how did he pass? Because I can't breathe all of a sudden.
He hung himself.
Okay. This is part of why he's apologizing so much. I'm feeling like children found him, or somebody young found him, somebody underneath him. And this is where his biggest regret is.
He found my brother, but his wife found him.
So your brother was a young man when he passed away? He
11.
shows me this young boy. I don't feel like that was suicide though.
He was playing a game called Blackout, and he had choked him and fell through in the bar in his closet, and he screamed to death.
Dad's saying he didn't do it on purpose. This is why Dad's bringing this up, that this had a lot to do with why things got so out of control for him. That this was too much for him to handle. He didn't know how to handle this. And the choices and decisions that he made after that were not good. He was disgusted in himself, and that's kind of how he made that decision to just end it. So again, I'm seeing these renovations taking place, and then I feel like somebody hit the wrong line or something, and I don't know if it flooded or the lights all turned off on you or something. It's like somebody hit something wrong and everything went meow, or I don't know what that is.
My friend and I decided we were going to install the dishwasher by ourselves because my husband was busy, and I blew all the breakers.
There you go.
And I got water all over my floor.
There you go. Dad was watching, and he's laughing about this. He's bringing this up But he, you know what he says? He's like, hey, at least you tried and now you know how to do it.
That's right.
Exactly.
You have a baby? Or like a 1-year-old or 2-year-old? Because he's talking about teeth. Something, so did somebody just lose a tooth? Or what's with the teeth? I feel like somebody's got a tooth coming in or just lost a tooth or something. So I don't know if somebody gets knocked in the face with a ball,
Jason's tooth is loose, yeah.
playing basketball or volleyball or something, and he's gonna,
You were there too. Yeah.
this happened already?
Well, he hasn't lost it, but he did some, my daughter plays volleyball and he got a spike to the face today.
Oh, okay. Right in the loose tooth area. He just showed me you standing at a podium, which is just my symbol for having to speak in front of a crowd of people and being really, really nervous. I don't know if he's talking about his funeral, that you were too nervous to speak at his funeral.
We had the pastor read his eulogy.
I was gonna say, I'm seeing it already written down, like you were
Right.
supposed to do this or something, but then you were too nervous and you didn't. And he's saying, please don't worry about that. Don't. He's expressing guilt on his side for being selfish in a way and not being able to pull himself together to be the dad that you guys deserved. So he's pulling his energy back, but as he does so, he again says he's really sorry for the way that he left you. He's seen the lady that you become. He says he was at your wedding. When I say that, I feel like it's not a normal wedding, or it's not, I don't know how to explain
My
that.
husband and I got married on a baseball diamond. My husband and I play baseball from April till September, and so we decided to get married on home plate on the diamond that was our home diamond.
Which one of the boys wants an earring? He's
Oh my
horrified.
God, Nicholas.
Daddy-
He wouldn't get off my case the other night.
Dad's like,
I've had it done twice, and he keeps taking them out, so I told him no.
that's what Dad's agreeing with you. He just had to bring that up to let you know he was there to witness that conversation. He expresses how proud he is of you as he pulls his energy away. Okay. So who's the older lady that's here that's extremely excited and chatty and telling me all about everything you've done in the last year? Why do I feel like there's some people in the family that were really angry with her? The youngest, the really cute little one, what's her name?
Lily.
Lily, there we go. Oh, she's got some stuff to say about Lily, hold on.
Who doesn't?
She's like, just get some cotton balls or some earplugs, because she makes me feel like she just talks nonstop. She's telling you to get some cotton balls or some earplugs, but she's like, but then you're gonna miss the stories, because she makes me feel like they're very, very out there, these little stories that she's coming up with.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what the heck? There's a relationship, there's a little bit of a distance, and then there's a reuniting, and it's better than it was before. Does that make sense?
She just reunited with her biological dad.
Okay, so there's a different lady that wants to step forward, and she feels very connected bond-wise with you, so with your mom. So, she gets really excited about your hair. I'm thinking this is your grandma, because your mom's still here, right?
Yeah, my grandma just passed away in August.
She's like, I love this color. It's better than the other one you were going to pick. So you were going to choose between this color and a different color, and she's glad you chose this one. Was the other one like a really dark red or like almost a purple? And she's like, no, too funky. This is so much better. Seeing renovations or something. So these are starting to come to a completion.
Looks like I got forever to go.
Oh, okay. You know what she said to that? She's like, well, it'd get it done a lot faster if you hired somebody who knew what they were doing instead of letting him do it all himself when he doesn't know what he's doing half the
That's
time.
what he says all the time. So let him do it. No, you know how much it costs to hire somebody? Let's get my dad to know.
I was just gonna say, she's bringing some other male in the family in and saying he can do this. He's got the experience. And what he might not be able to physically do anymore, your husband is strong enough to do. Did you quit work and you stay home with your kids?
For a long time I did.
And now you've just gone back to work?
Yeah.
I see I don't know if there's an older boy, that's maybe taking advantage of the situation a little bit. And so she's saying, don't worry, this will settle down. Everybody's gotta get used to this new routine. She says that, you have 5 kids?
Yeah.
Who quit smoking or needs to
My
quit
brother
smoking?
quit smoking.
Okay, because she just showed me the breaking of the cigarette, and then I feel pride. She's showing me Christmas, that she's not missing Christmas. This year she won't miss Christmas. So was she not able to travel last year or something to get close for Christmas, or what is she talking about?
Usually we go there for Christmas, but we couldn't because of the weather and she wasn't well enough to go anywhere.
Because she's saying this year I won't miss Christmas. So she will be there for Christmas. I feel like there's an apology, and I'm trying to understand what this apology is for. The way she left stuff, or did you not get something of hers when she passed away? Nothing was passed down to you?
Not as of yet, no.
She's making me feel like she's apologizing for the disorganization around that she could have done better with that. That there's some things that she really wanted to make sure that you had, that you obviously don't have right now. And so she's saying she's working on that on the other side. And then I just saw legal papers. So is this being fought in court, or is there people arguing about somebody's inheritance?
I'm dealing with a lawsuit that my mom started with her common law husband who passed away, his kids.
So she's working on that as well. Is there something to do with the kids' school? It's like there's something to do with the kids' school. Like, do I put them in this program, or do I put them in that program?
We just put Lily in play school, but I wasn't sure if I should or, so it took a little while to decide.
Grandma she's like, yeah, you think? She's making me feel like she was very involved in this decision, and that she kept trying to send you hints and signals that everything was going to be fine. Just do it, just do it. And she's trying to send you all these signals, and you were convinced that you had to worry. She's kind of pulling her energy back a bit. But before she does, she turns to you. Yes, you. She like gives you a hug, and she's like, oh, well, 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 look who's growing up. Oh, are you moving in with someone?
I just moved into a house.
She just showed me boxes and stuff, and she's like, they're moving in, and she's saying there. Oh, this is a boy? This is the first boy you've lived with?
Mm-hmm.
She's keeping an eye out. She's standing guard and feeling extremely tired. All of a sudden my head hurts. Have you been getting headaches lately? That's not very nice. This is Grandma. She just said you'd get headaches if you lived in that house too. Is it really loud?
It's chaos.
You have a baby? Because I'm hearing a baby crying.
No, there's no baby.
Who's whining then? Because this is a whine or a cry.
My son.
I'm just almost a baby. Have you been having a difficult relationship recently? Things have been pretty chaotic and stressful there.
It's my house, so everything is stressful right now, yes.
But she's talking about putting the distance between, she's saying you and the kids, you need a break from the kids. But not a break with just you and your friends. You need a break with you and your husband. Or you and your boyfriend need to get away, just the two of you. She's making me feel like you did get a break not that long ago, but it was with friends or somebody like that. Does that make sense?
It wasn't the kind of break anybody would want.
Yeah, okay.
That was the last time that we went away with just us.
She's saying it doesn't count though. That's not what she's talking about. She's talking, oh, that's why. Because you're surrounded by a bunch of family and other people, and
Yeah.
that's not time for just the two of you. She just said he can make time. So what is he saying he doesn't have time for? He can make time.
He's gone a lot. He's gone for 20 days out of the month.
There you go. So she's saying he better make time. Okay, slow down. I feel like she's kind of criticizing your husband. I don't want to pass this on. She's kind of making me feel like you need to get better at speaking what you need, because he's never going to be able to just see that and respond. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're really stressed, you need to say, listen, I'm beyond stress, I'm done, you're watching the kids and I'm leaving. He's never just gonna go, oh look, honey, you look stressed, you want me to watch the kids? She's like, that's never going to happen. So she's telling you to get better at voicing what you need, and then leave it with him and just listen. She's like, don't worry about it. It's almost like she keeps talking about the kids, like you don't wanna leave the kids alone with him. Does that make sense? And she's saying he knows this game. If he can like make sure that when you come home that kid's in a dirty diaper, then you're not going to leave the kids with him again. So he'll do that purposefully. It's like my ex-husband used to do. He'd do the dishes wrong or put them all away in the wrong spot so that I wouldn't let him do the dishes. And they're smart like that. And she's making me feel like he's got this figured out. I feel like there's a change up of vehicles, but it feels like repetitive. Like, did you get a new vehicle every year, or what is?
He's a car fanatic.
So
He
there's.
was constantly.
She goes, he thinks he's rich.
He does.
He does.
She just gives kisses to the kids.
2 small kids and then I have an older.
Okay. So I'm seeing a little girl and a little boy.
Yeah. Those are my 2 youngest.
Did the little girl start school this year, or?
She's in kindergarten this year.
Okay, yeah. Grandma's just so excited. I don't know what you put her in for her first day, but Grandma's just like, oh my god, she's so cute, oh my god.
I know.
What did you dress her in?
Actually, we just got some new hand-me-downs and she wore this really, really, really pretty royal blue lace shirt, and it came with like a little royal blue tank top to go underneath, and it was beautiful, yeah.
She's like, that's my grandma. Does your daughter look a lot like you when you were that age? Because she just put 2 pictures side by side. When they do that, she's comparing. She's like, if it's not you, then there's somebody else in the family that looks just like your daughter when she was that age. Actually, she's like, she looks more like your sister when she was that age.
Yes,
My
actually,
daughter looks exactly
sister
like
on my
me.
dad's side, yeah.
Looks exactly like your daughter at that age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's saying again, she's like, you know what? Because some people were here for the last reading, some people were not. I don't remember if I told you guys to interact with Spirit at that time, or if I just told you to talk to them, but she's making me feel like you're talking to her more now, but you're not asking for help. You're not asking her for what you want. You're not giving her permission to intervene. You're not, it's like, great, you see me here, but I can't do nothing. So she's saying, could you please let me in, let me help. There's things I can do. So when you need help making a decision, when you need help with anything, just ask her. Not so much with money. She says she wasn't very good with money.
Yeah, I know that.
So she's pulling her energy back.